Hey, Sean here from the Rusty Shovel Landscape Shop, and in this video we're going to talk about a new irrigation controller from Hydro-Rain. This is the HRC 400 Wi-Fi B-Hyve controller, and this is one of the fastest growing products for us. Has a really shaken up the industry. So let's get into it. So the cool thing about this, there's lots of Wi-Fi controllers out there, but the difference with this Wi-Fi controller is, besides being in an indoor-outdoor case, you actually have a functioning panel on it. So if you don't have the app or you're not connected to the app, you can still make changes right from the physical controller, which is kind of cool. The other thing is that if for a contractor setting it up, if they don't have access to the Wi-Fi network or there's a little bit of problems, you can still connect to this thing through Bluetooth. So you can get the app set up, everything programmed and set up through Bluetooth connection instead of waiting for a Wi-Fi. So you've got lots of redundancy built in here, lots of options, ways that you can set this thing up, which is super cool. But from there, the other thing, nice back panel, pretty attractive, pretty good wire ports in there as well. So locking case on that. You've got the wired plug in here already, which makes it easy to get installed really quick. And again, the outdoor box allows you to position this wherever you need to, inside or outside. So quick, easy installation, which is great. The rest of that is controlled from the app. So the cool thing about this is you can control your you can do your settings from anywhere. So I'm at the office, I can actually control this from at my house from the app here. So lots of cool features from the app. You can actually go through, and it's got an ABC program like most do, but you don't have to leave it as program A, program B, program C. You can actually rename that program to mean whatever you want it. So a 2-day alternating program or whatever you want to call it. That's the other cool thing about the app, being app-based. Now you've got the ability to rename what each zone is or station is. So instead of having, you know, oh, I think zone 3 waters my flowers in the backyard, you can actually rename zone 3 in the app flowers of the in the backyard. And then you can also take a picture of the zone that area waters. So you can take a picture of that flower bed, so it makes it super intuitive to figure out, like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to spot water this, or I want to up the time on this or change the settings on this. I know exactly what zone it is instead of having to find the note where you wrote it down or the faded pencil written out thing in the controller. It just makes it super easy. From a smart perspective, one of the reasons why it's become such an easy no-brainer upsell for people is the fact that being connected to Wi-Fi, you can connect it to the weather service. So instead of reactively conserving water from like a rain sensor or something like that, what we can do with this is predictively cut back on water usage. So if it sees that there's rain in the forecast in the next 24 hours, it'll actually you can program it so that it just automatically shuts down and doesn't water. And you can actually set it up to, if you set it up with the smart features, you can actually set it up to make up that additional watering later on. So that's another thing. A lot of you can make this as simple or as robust as you want. So it's got a spot in there where you can select what kind of turf or what kind of plant material is being watered. Is it in the sun? Is it in the shade? How much water do you want that to get? What's the wind conditions like? Just different things like that. And then how efficient is your system and how much water do you want it to put down, so that it can determine your run times for you if you want. So you can put out catch cups, you can actually determine the efficiency. It'll walk you through how to determine the efficiency of your individual sprinkler system, and it can adjust your run times accordingly. So if you want your grass to get 1.5 inches per week, it'll actually, you can set it up, do a catch cup test, and it will really just determine the run times to get that amount of water down, and it'll do it in the most efficient way possible. You can also set for anybody with watering restrictions, you can set odd even days, you can do all that sort of thing. So tons of cool customizable options out of this controller, the HRC 100, or sorry, the HRC 400 Wi-Fi B-Hyve controller from Hydro-Rain. They've done a really good job on this, and I haven't even got to, the best part is that it's not that much of an upgrade from our traditional HRC 100 entry-level controller to get all those extra features. So really nice price point on this guy. I don't want to date this video, so the price point obviously is going to vary, but it's a solid price point unit. Not that much of an upgrade from your entry level, just makes it so much easier to use. And another thing for the contractors, very cool, you can set up your account so that every one of these that you install, you can actually have on one app. So through your app, you can go in and check out Mrs. Smith's controller settings from your phone wherever you are. So no more calls of, oh, I screwed up my programming, can you come and reprogram my controller? You can actually look in and see it right from where you are in your truck or in the office or wherever, which is a really nice added benefit. When you're doing service, it's even got a chance for you to map out where all those things are in the app so that you can go around and service them right from the app. So super cool, tons of options, and being app-based, they can always update the app, so they can always improve on that as well. So that's the B-Hyve controller, HRC 400 Wi-Fi from Hydro-Rain.